2024 was a whirlwind for sure. Hi, I'm RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and as you've seen the title of this video, YouTube paid us to take 22 cruises in 2024. Now, I know that sounds unbelievable, but I'm going to share with you exactly how this all happened, walk you through being a content creator, and how we were able to cruise and travel as much as we did this year just off YouTube alone. Now, if you are new to our channel, I am RacQuelle from MHFamilyAdventures, and we are a cruise vlogging family. We have been on YouTube now for about 3 years. And over the last 2.5 years or so, we have been sharing a lot of cruise content, just showing off our family travel, solo travels, family and friends travel, right here on YouTube. So we've been around for 2.5 years with the cruise content. And this was probably the most exciting year that we've had thus far on YouTube. And in this video, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to give you a breakdown on how our year went. We're going to kind of talk about some of the cruises that we went on, have some cruise reflections, talk about some of the partnerships and sponsorships we were able to get through YouTube and social media, as well as talk about the pros and cons of being a full-time content creator or a cruise content creator, to be very specific. And I'm also going to share with you guys how much we made in 2024 on YouTube. So you want to make sure that you watch this to the very end so that you have an idea of what you could potentially make if you're an upcoming content creator, especially with us being a smaller channel, kind of how we were able to take as many trips and many cruises as we did this year just off of YouTube and our YouTube revenue. So be sure you watch till the end. We're also going to talk about some of our accomplishments this year and set some goals for 2025 in terms of content creation and travel. But if you're new to our channel, please be sure to consider subscribing to our channel. We have reached our threshold of 25,000 subscribers for 2024. We would love to bring you along on the journey. We have over 1,000 cruise vlogs, cruise videos, tips and tricks videos on our channel. So if you love cruising or cruise travel or family travel or just any type of traveling, be sure to follow our channel, MHFamilyAdventures, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on that notification bell because 2025 is going to be even bigger than 2024. So let's just jump into some cruise reflections for this year. Now, you may have noticed, if you have been following our journey for some time, that there was a shift at the beginning of 2024 where I went completely full-time as a cruise vlogger, as a cruiser myself, as well as a full-time business owner. We operate our own travel agency, Major Adventures Travel. So you may have noticed this year that there were quite a few series or cruise series of me cruising alone or cruising with other people outside of our family. Now we are still MHFamilyAdventures, but you will notice that there's a lot more solo travel because I am doing this full time. So let's talk about some of those cruises that, I've taken, the family has taken, that I've taken with others throughout this year to kind of give you an idea of our journey throughout the year. Now we're going to just start off first with the worst cruise. The worst cruise for me, and if you've been following, you probably have guessed it, it is Norwegian Sky. Now, back in, I believe, April, I took a very short repositioning cruise from Dominican Republic to Miami on board Norwegian Sky. And I would say probably to date, it was my least favorite cruise. It lacked activities. The food just was okay. it just wasn't my vibe. So Norwegian Sky is probably going to be slated as the worst cruise for 2024. And now the opposite, the best cruise. And again, if you've been following along, you probably can guess it. It would be Celestyal Journey. Now, I had the pleasure of taking my very first solo cruise abroad to Greece. I did this in August and had an amazing time. Now, Celestial Cruises is an older Greek cruise line. The ship that I was on was 30 years old, but you could not tell because the ship had just been refurbished. But the point of this trip wasn't necessarily for the ship, it was the destinations. I was able to visit Santorini, Mykonos, Thessaloniki, Kushadasi, Milos, Athens, Greece. So if you missed that vlog series, be sure to go back and check that out. And we also have a group planning to go to Greece with us next year, August of 2025. I do have one spot left, so if you're interested in joining us in Greece, be sure to contact me. But best cruise is absolutely hands down going to go to Celestyal Cruises, Celestyal Journey. Just that time in Greece was mind blowing. Bucket list has been checked, but we're going to check it again in 2025. All right, and our favorite family cruise. Now, we didn't take as many family cruises this year as we've taken in the past. There's multiple reasons for that. One being, again, I'm doing this full time, so I'm going to cruise and travel a lot more than the family. Kids are still in school. Andrew's working, Ron works. And so there weren't as many family trips with the entire family this year as in 2023, but we'll have more coming to you guys in 2025. But the best one that we took together, our favorite, was Carnival Panorama. Now, we boarded Carnival Panorama in March for our spring break cruise, and it was so nice to get back to the West Coast. If you guys have been following, you know that we took our very first family cruise back in 2019 on board, what was it? Carnival Imagination. That was our very, very first family cruise. In fact, I just started cruising in 2019, and I've taken to date 64 cruises. And so you guys can kind of tell that I somewhat have an addiction to cruising, but Carnival Panorama was amazing. It was nice to get back to the West Coast. We had an amazing time as a family. We were able to take on some different shore excursions and just explore the Mexican Riviera. That was our first time with that itinerary, and it was our best family cruise in 2024. And then a cruise milestone. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that we had quite a few cruisers wanting to cruise with us. We had the pleasure of hosting 154, 145 other cruisers on board MSC Shore for our very first MHFamilyAdventures group cruise back here July 4th. It was a quick 3-day sailing. We had so many either new cruisers or cruisers new to MSC join us on board. We had an amazing time for our first group cruise. We have quite a few actually planned for 2025 as well as 2026. I will have the information in the description box. So if you want to join us on a group cruise, definitely reach out there. But MSC Shore, that was our cruise milestone for the year. We were just so thankful that we had so many family members, friends, subscribers, supporters join us on board MSC Shore. Had an amazing time. All right, and so when we talk about travel and we talk about cruising, we are able to do a lot of what we do thanks to some of our partners and some of our sponsors. Now, guys, I am very, very transparent when it comes to whether it was a cruise we paid for, or a cruise that we were sponsored with, or we exchange, a free cruise for exchange for content, or whatever the case may be. I'm very transparent about that. You probably see it noted on the vlogs. It'll say that it's a sponsored vlog. But we are able to do a lot of what we do because of our sponsors, because they see our content, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or what have you, and either they reach out to us to present or to collect content for them or create content for them, or sometimes we reach out and we just ask, is it possible that we could receive X in exchange for content? And so we are thankful for all of our sponsors for 2024. I'm just going to kind of run down the list of some of our sponsors. Our very first one, Cruise Control Transportation, which was also our very, very first sponsorship ever back in 2022, I believe. So we were able to work with Corey and his team with Cruise Control Transportation. We are so thankful for you and kind of setting the trail for us to be sponsored through other organizations, other companies. So thank you, Cruise Control Transportation. But we've also partnered with Resort for a Day. Resort for a Day, they offer day passes for cruisers at a variety of Caribbean ports. They're also abroad now. But we've worked with Resort for a Day where we have been able to spend time at some of these resorts, share the content with you guys, so that you can see things that you can do if you just want a relaxing day in port with good food, drinks, some water activities and things. So thank you, Resort for a Day. Recently, here in the later part of 2024, we were able to secure a deal with Shore Excursions Group. Now, Shore Excursions Group, if you're part of the Shipmate app, on the Shipmate app, they'll allow you to book shore excursions there. That is Shore Excursions Group. You can also go to the Shore Excursions Group website and book directly, but they offer third-party shore excursions that are usually discounted over the cruise line. They offer a return to ship guarantee, and they give you some very authentic experiences with smaller groups. So I highly recommend booking, your shore excursions through Shore Excursions Group, because it's going to save you some money. It's going to give you a better experience rather than booking with a cruise line. Now, I also mentioned Royal Caribbean as being one of our sponsors. Thankfully, we were able to be sponsored for Icon of the Seas as well as Utopia of the Seas. We were invited on board Utopia of the Seas. And I think there might have been something else, but Royal Caribbean, we have worked with Royal Caribbean. Margaritaville at Sea, we had the pleasure of being on board the media sailing of Margaritaville at Sea Islander, which is their newest ship. I also I was hosted as part of the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, which is their older ship. So that took place, I believe, in January or February. And then in June, the entire family, we were on board 2 sailings of Margaritaville at Sea Islander, one being the media cruise, one being the U.S. inaugural cruise. So that was a fun time. Thank you so much, Margaritaville at Sea. MSC Cruises, we have partnered with MSC Cruises on a few different options. I actually have one coming up, so make sure you're staying tuned for that. But MSC Cruises, Princess Cruises has worked with us. I think I sailed on 3 different Princess Cruises, including the U.S. inaugural of Sun Princess this year. Holland America, I just took my very first Holland America, and we were able to partner with Holland America for that sailing. Be sure to check that out, the Holland Koningsdam. We also have a Sail With Me taking place next year. If you want to test out Holland America on one of their very rare short cruises, reach out to me, because we have a group going next October 21st through the 25th out of San Diego. So reach out for that. And we also recently partnered with Takeoff Luggage. You may have seen our Pack With Me video. Thanks to Takeoff Luggage for sponsoring us. Now, these sponsorships either come to us by means of giving us something free in exchange for content. In some cases, it's us getting paid to produce content, and they will tell us, we want X number of Instagram stories or X number of reels in exchange for this price or this amount. So I'm going to put the total. Actually, I'm going to make you guys wait. I'm going to put it at the end of this video so you can see exactly what all of these brand deals or sponsorships worked out to be for the year. And the way I see it is, whatever we made through our partners or sponsorships, what we didn't have to pay or what we made, for me, that's factored into kind of what our revenue was for the year, because these are things that we would have probably purchased on our own or booked on our own that we didn't have to, or we got paid to create content. So I'm going to share that number at the end. So keep watching. Now let's talk about some of the pros and cons of being a full-time content creator. Now, if you missed last year's wrap-up video, be sure to check that. I will link that here as well. Be sure to check that out, because in that video, it was really my reflection of being a full-time content creator for 6 solid months, because I had quit my job as a school principal and decided to become a full-time cruiser content creator and work on my travel agency full-time. And so I kind of gave a breakdown in that video. So you might want to check that one out as well. But just some of the pros, some of the nice things about being a content creator. Now, if you are considering being a content creator, now is the time. I highly encourage you to get started. It doesn't take anything but you, your creative mind, and a camera. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on cameras or anything. Use your cell phone. Right now, I'm actually filming this video on my cell phone. So don't feel like you have to go to school to be a content creator. You have to have, the best look to be a content creator. Just get out there and post the content. People want to see you. They want to see you as you are. They want to see the authentic you. So don't hesitate creating content, whatever it may be. There's someone there that's going to want to watch it. So now is the time to really get into it, especially on YouTube. Now, some of the pros or benefits of being a content creator, at least for us, the biggest thing for us is that we were able to fulfill our mission, or we're currently fulfilling our mission of trying to encourage people to get out there, cruise, and travel. If you guys are familiar with my upbringing, Ron's upbringing, we didn't travel much as kids, teenagers. I didn't start cruising until I was almost 40 years old, or traveling until I was almost 40 years old. And so our mission and why we share our family vlogs, we share tips and tricks for cruising, budget friendly tips, things like that, is because we want to encourage as many people to get out there, cruise, travel, and see the world as possible. And so creating content allows us to fulfill that mission. Also, being a content creator this year, we've been able to network and work with other like-minded creators, which is, it's always great to surround yourself with individuals that are doing the same thing you have similar goals, because that'll keep you motivated. So that is definitely one of the perks of being a content creator, is being able to meet so many wonderful people. For me, one of the biggest things about being a content creator is that I get to create my own schedule. So because I'm doing this full time, I work from home, I'm able, or from a cruise ship, I'm able to create my schedule, work when I want to work, don't work when I don't want to work. Of course, that all plays into how much I get paid, but I can create my own schedule, and I'm my own boss. So that for me is one of the biggest perks of being a content creator. Now, obviously, if you're working with brands, they may tell you that they need certain things by certain deadlines or what have you, but ultimately, you're your own boss. And I absolutely enjoy having the opportunity to learn a new skill set. Prior to becoming a content creator, I had no clue how to edit a video. I had no clue how to sync music to videos. I didn't know anything about actually filming and taking that information and editing, and then also uploading it into social media and YouTube. And so I've been able to develop a skill set that I wouldn't have had if I did not become a content creator. Now, yes, obviously, I used to love to take photos and things prior to being a content creator, but being a content creator, you take it to the next level. And so I've really enjoyed learning a lot more about myself during this content creation journey, and just seeing what I can do with a camera and with editing software. So for me, that is a lot of fun. All right, some other benefits of being a content creator for me is that the content creation honestly allows us to travel. We're able to afford to travel more often than we would have if I wasn't creating content. And again, some of it sponsored, some of it we're paid for, but we also get paid to post the content. And again, continue to watch, because I'm going to share with you guys what we made on YouTube this year. But speaking of pay on YouTube, there's amazing pay on YouTube if you do it right. If you are able to get content out there, it's meaningful content to people, they watch, you have ad revenue, you're going to get paid for content. Now, each platform pays differently. So it just varies, but overall, YouTube is going to pay well, especially for long form content, which would be like cruise vlogs or vlogs, rather than like the short reels or what have you. So there's great pay in being a content creator if it is done right. And the other benefit of, speaking of getting paid on YouTube, the other benefit of being a content creator for me is that it goes hand in hand with my travel business. And so, again, we are the owners of Major Adventures Travel Agency. And it's one of those things where the more I post, the more I cruise, the more I travel, the more clients I get, because people are seeing me as an expert in the cruise industry. They are seeing that we're out there doing it. They're curious to know how we're doing it. And they trust us to help plan and book their cruise vacation. So it kind of goes hand in hand. The more I cruise, the more I travel, the more I post, the better business is going. Business is booming this year, and I'll get to that number here in a second as well. So as with anything, there are also things that are negative about, there's things that come with the territory of being a content creator. And for me, because I do this full time now, there are some months where I feel like I'm away from the family more than I really want to be. Now, keep in mind, I was an educator, school principal for 19 years. So I was used to being on the kids' schedule, the family schedule, coming home every evening, doing family activities and things. Now my life has somewhat shifted to where at least once a month I am on a cruise ship, which takes me away from the family when they're not with me. So for me, I'm not necessarily a fan of that, but I understand that's something that I have to do for business. So it's taking me some getting used to that, but I'm getting used to it. But yeah, so just that having to be away from family for me is not a perk. I enjoy my family. I do enjoy cruising solo too, but if I had to pick, I would absolutely want to be home with my family. Creator burnout. That is probably the biggest thing. When you are constantly posting content, to give you guys an idea, if you're just now watching us, we post at least one full-length cruise vlog every week, Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for our TGI Friday vlog. So we post a full YouTube video once a week, at least once a week. Sometimes it's twice a week. And we try to post something on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, at least once per day. And so you're constantly having to think of ideas of what you want to post, what you want to share out, and then the time that it takes to actually edit those things. So, obviously, the more you do it, you get a little bit quicker with it, but it does. It takes a lot of time, and there can be burnout just in trying to come up with ideas or running out of motivation to even get up and post because sometimes you post things and the algorithm plays friendly and you'll get a million views, and then the next time you'll post something that you thought was amazing and it took you time to create and you get 200 views. So it's one of those games that you play and it really can impact your morale sometimes. And so just that creator burnout, for me, I do have it. I mean, you may see the content being pushed out, but there are some days where it takes me a long time to really get that content out because I'm just not motivated to do it. And along that same avenue, the amount of screen time. I think I shared last year's video, my reflection video, that I was probably 80-90% of the day in front of a screen. That has not changed. I am constantly either on my computer, planning trips for my clients or booking or running payments, or I am actually in front of a screen recording, or I am on my screen editing. So I'm constantly in front of a screen, which again, that gives you some fatigue as far as your vision, and just being tired of being on a device. So there's some days where I don't even want to look at my phone. You can call me, I'm going to ignore it. I don't even want to look at my phone. So that comes with the territory of being a content creator, is just having to deal with a high amount of screen time. Another thing for me, that I'm actually working on is my organization. Being a business owner separate than the content creation side, on the content creation side, and now that we have over 1,000 cruise vlogs, I have a ton of content that's horizontal, content that is vertical, content that I want to recreate. I just have a lot of content and really no way of organizing it. So if you are a content creator and you organize your content, let me know some tips and tricks on how you do it. But I'm now to the point where I have so much in my catalog of cruises that if I want to make a video, I have to figure out where was that content, where can I find it. And so for me, just trying to get things organized is a little bit of a challenge. I know some people are better with the organization, but for me, I have everything on SD cards or I have it on my phone. And sometimes it makes it more time consuming when it's time to edit because I have to go find the content. So organization can sometimes put a damper on things, but it's something that I am working on in 2025. All right. And the biggest con for me, or the biggest negative about being a full time content creator or being a content creator in general, are the internet trolls. And guys, that needs to stop in 2025. I am tired of it. I don't know. And we probably don't get as much of the trolling as some other channels. I have some other content creator friends that get a lot of either spam comments or just people trolling and just with the negativity. And for me, I'm kind of strong minded, strong willed, and so it doesn't affect me as much. But I can see a newer content creator coming on board and getting negative comments and just kind of being done with it because, you're now in the public eye and they're going to scrutinize everything. I say a lot. I probably said it 100 times in this video already. And I'll get people commenting on that. It's a stutter, it happens. There we go. I'm not trying to make my videos perfect because that's not who I am. And so, for me, just sometimes, people will talk about, you eat a lot in your videos, you're big, your family, this, that. Guys, stop it. Just stop it. The internet trolls, that needs to really be done in 2025 because it gets old and it can also be discouraging for those that are trying to create content and be positive with creating the content. It's hard because there are some days, and guys, you might have caught a couple of comments. Some days I just had enough and I will reply. Most of the time I just ignore or block and keep it moving. And so if you are a content creator getting on board, just try to learn to not focus on the negativity. And a tip or trick that I learned from, I can't think of who I learned it from, is once your video goes viral, stop the comments. Either turn the comments off or turn it to where you don't get notified of the comments because it's going to get worse. And so that's kind of what I do now. But yeah, internet trolls, that's probably the worst part of the job. All right, and some of our accomplishments for 2024 that we're extremely proud of. One of our biggest things is, again, the content creation side has helped us to grow our business, and we have reached almost 1.5 million in cruise sales for 2024. If you've been following along, that is like well over what we did last year. It's just amazing how creating the content and putting it out there, you're able to build this base of clients and loyal clients and clients that want to support your business. So we are so thankful for all of our clients and supporters in that regard. So being a content creator has really, really helped my travel business, my travel agency. And so we're super excited to see where this leads in 2025. But also in terms of sales and things, another one of our accomplishments that's still connected to the content creation side is that I am a top sales leader for MSC Cruises as well as Carnival Cruise Line. And so again, that would not have taken place if it wasn't for us pushing out content for these cruise lines and then getting clients wanting to book with us. Another accomplishment that we are super excited about is that this year we were nominated and voted for Channel of the Year through Meet and I Awards. If you guys are not familiar with Meet and I, they believe in recognizing content creators now, because YouTube tends to only recognize content creators once you hit like high subscribers, 100,000, you're going to get a plaque or what have you. But Meet and I, they like to look at some of those content creators that are just pushing out content across all avenues, whether it's travel or food or what have you. And they have an award show every year. They've been doing it for the past several years where they're acknowledging those content creators. And we were nominated for a couple different categories, but we got the highest category, which was Channel of the Year. And we are also nominated for 5 other awards this year for 2024. That award show will be 2025. I will also put that in the description if you want to join in for that live award ceremony. But we are up again for Channel of the Year plus 4 other categories. So be sure to stay tuned for that. USA Today, we just over the last 2 months have been featured twice in USA Today. I had an editor to reach out to me actually when I was on board a Virgin Voyages cruise, just asking if I wouldn't mind an interview. They wanted to talk to me about cruising. And from there, we've developed this relationship. And so I just actually today, my second feature came out. So I will link those as well. So that is super exciting being a content creator and seeing that people are recognizing that, yes, she's an expert. And, I want to talk to her and her agency about cruising, just to get, some ideas to share out there with the public. So we are so thankful and so honored to have been a part of USA Today this year. We are also listed as in the top 60 cruise vloggers or cruise YouTubers to follow in 2024. And so again, that is an honor that we're excited to hold that title. And let's see, other accomplishments for this year. Our biggest accomplishment for our YouTube channel was that we actually met our goal. Our goal was to hit 25,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Let me just put this little clip right here. Subscribers. Right now we're at 12,000. We anticipate by the end of next year being about 25 to 30,000 because we're going to continue pushing out content. So we spoke this into existence and we have made it well over 25,000 subscribers for this year. And again, we are so thankful that you guys are subscribed and that you're following along on this journey. And speaking of speaking things into existence, I think I did the same thing for our YouTube revenue. Let's get into that. So this is how much I've made in YouTube in 2023. Now, keep in mind, this is based on ad views. This is based on, the number of views on my videos. And as my subscriber base grows, as I continue to push out more content, I anticipate that number growing to probably triple that amount by the end of next year. So yes, we more than tripled our revenue from last year's YouTube to this year. So when I talk about YouTube paid us to take 22 cruises, guys, if you look at how much we made on YouTube and you look at how much travel costs, that's pretty much what that equates to, 22 cruises. So we were able to cruise and travel as much as we could because of you guys, because you're watching our videos. We're getting paid the ad revenue from YouTube to kind of keep us going. So anytime you join our memberships or you're giving a super chat, super sticker, or just even watching and liking our videos, it helps our channel to grow and it keeps us cruising to provide more content to you. So I always talk about whatever we get from YouTube, we pour back into the channel. And that's pretty much exactly what we did. Now, I know some of you guys are like, oh, that's it. Guys, that is a nice amount considering we not only have a full travel agency that we operate, but Ron has a career and we have other avenues of revenue as well. And so it's amazing that you can post at least one full length cruise vlog or vlog each week and grow from this amount to this amount in a year. Now, last year we talked into existence and I said, I think we could triple that amount into this. I'm going to say that we're going to double the amount. So I'm going to speak it into existence for this year. We're going to double the amount you see here for next year. Just keep watching. So when we factor in what we made on YouTube and social media, this is the grand total for that. And we tie that in with what our sponsorship value is, meaning what we were either paid to create content or what we were gifted to create content. When we take this number and add that number, this is what we get. That is huge. That is huge for a channel that has only 25,000 subscribers. And so I am so looking forward to our growth and what's going to happen in 2025 because I think these numbers are really going to grow. And let me just put this out there. I know there's probably some of you guys thinking like she's sharing all her business or she's bragging or she's that. Guys, this is not a brag. This is not anything along those lines. This is just telling you what is possible if you are a content creator. I feel like there's not enough videos out there really explaining to you how it all works and kind of what you can make, or there's some unrealistic expectations on what you can make and what you can do. And guys, I can tell we work hard for what we have. And I just want to be sure that I'm very transparent with you exactly what you have the potential to do. Now, obviously, the more you grow and you grow your subscription base and you push that content out, it's going to be even better than that. So YouTube has some really, really strong potential. I'm excited and I'm happy and I'm pleased with what we made on YouTube. I know there's probably some saying, oh, that's just chump change. But guys, again, it paid for our 22 cruises this year. All right. And then some of our 2025 goals for next year, because guys, we're not stopping. Things are going to be getting crazy here for a while because I feel like we are really just getting started. And just as I did last year, I kind of put some goals out there and spoke those into existence. I want to do that for 2025. So our goal for YouTube is right now we are at 25,500 or so. I want us to grow to at least 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. Now it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take us putting the content out there, but we're going to do it. And you're going to help us do it. So if you aren't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button for us and share us out. But we're going to hit 50K by the end of 2025. Mark my word for it. And something else that we want to look forward to, or we want to work toward in 2025, I gave you guys a list of some of our sponsors and partners. We want to partner with Carnival Cruise Line. I said this last year, it didn't work. So we have kind of talked with Carnival. We have had them to share some of our content out, but we want to partner and work directly with Carnival Cruise Line because they are our favorite cruise line. So we're going to speak that into existence for 2025 as well. Something else that I'm going to do that I've had a lot of requests for, I've been kind of hesitant to do because I don't know if it's my style of travel, but I do recognize being a cruise vlogger, cruise influencer, that sometimes me showing something influences others to want to do it and try it. And again, that's good for business. But something that I've been hesitant to do that I'm going to do in 2025 is try a true luxury cruise line. Now, we've cruised Carnival, Royal Caribbean, MSC, Virgin Voyages, some mid-luxury lines like Celebrity, Norwegian. But we have not done any of the luxury lines. Now, it is in our plans to do at least one luxury cruise this year, maybe more. We'll see what happens. So we're going to kind of step outside of our comfort zone, or at least I am. I don't know if the family will join me on this luxury cruise, but step outside comfort zone to try something new, bring you guys that content. So looking forward to trying a luxury line in 2025. Now, something that the entire family has kind of, I guess, thought about that we're kind of split on is trying an all inclusive. Let me know in the comments. Would you like to see our family take our first all inclusive resort or go visit our first all inclusive resort? Now, I have visited one all inclusive out of all of my travels, only one all inclusive resort, and that was with my sister Cheryl before we started doing the cruise vlogs to El Cid in Mexico. So be sure to check that vlog out. I think it only has a few hundred views, but be sure to check that one out. But would you like to see our family try out an all inclusive? Now, I can tell you we are split down the middle as far as whether we should or whether we shouldn't. So stay tuned. We may or may not try an all inclusive in 2025. And the last thing that we want to do in 2025 is to network and work with more creators. That's something that we started doing kind of later in 2024, but we want to see that, we do a live chit chat Tuesday every other week. We want to see that at least once a month we are inviting other content creators to come on to chat with us about cruising, answer your questions, share their perspective on cruising. So we want to work with more creators moving forward to bring you guys different perspectives and to just kind of talk about our love of cruising. So we are looking forward to working with more creators in 2025 and maybe some collaborations on board ships. That would be fun because as we do this a lot, we do it as a family. I do it solo, but it would be nice to have some collaborations along the way. So stay tuned. I know we have a couple of things in the works, but we plan to work with some other creators in the future. All right. So the big goals for next year, I've already kind of ran them down. 50,000 in subscribers, 50,000, 50K. We're going to hit it. We're going to hit it. 2 million. 2 million in cruise sales. That is a goal. That is a goal. We're going to make that happen too. And we want to see that our YouTube revenue, that is right here, doubles over. So those are our three main goals: 50K, 2 million, and double our revenue. Think we can do it? I think we can with your support. So guys, we appreciate all of your love and support here in 2024. If you've ever watched any of our videos, if you've liked the video, shared a video, made a comment, we greatly appreciate you. Please be sure that you're subscribed to our channel. Continue to follow us into 2025. Turn that notification bell on because we might have some pop-up trips and different things coming along the way. But just expect more content from us. More content, more travel, more fun, more budget-friendly, family fun. Some luxury in there. We'll toss it in there at some point. But we are just so excited to be on this journey. And who would have thought that 2.5 years in, that we would be where we are today. But guys, it really takes some consistency, some motivation, being a full-time content creator, getting that content out. But now that I see what I can benefit from with being a content creator, I'm absolutely going to push even harder. So you're going to see me pushing harder. You're going to see me working harder. You're going to see me on the cruise ships, our family on the cruise ships, bringing you guys the cruise content. But again, thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, that's another con with being a content creator. I can't talk. If you found this information or this video helpful at all, please be sure to like this video, share it out. Maybe it'll encourage someone else to start their journey as a content creator or to continue their journey as a content creator. On that note, we're about to ring into 2025. We're excited for what's to come. And again, we thank you guys for being part of our family, part of our journey. And we will see you guys on the next cruise.